It's great to meet you. I'm Andy. I'm one of the rowers in these boats.
Yeah.
I understand that you're here to talk to us about the sound
Yeah, I can
that's
tell you.
going on around these boats.
Absolutely.
So, do you want to give us a bit of a lowdown as to who you are and what you're...
Yeah, of course. So I'm Phoebe. I'm an ocean scientist at RS Aqua, and I sort of focus on the passive acoustic monitoring side of the work that we do there. I actually studied at University of Portsmouth, and one of the guys who works on the project was my old lecturer, so it's quite cool to come back. And then I went off to University of Southampton and did a master's in oceanography. Okay. And yeah, so we work on sort of monitoring marine mammals around the UK, and that's what we've brought to this project.
Brilliant. Well, it's great to have you on board.
Thank you.
I've been getting to know a little bit about what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone, this is one of the rudders for the boat, so this is actually what's used to steer the boat.
Mm-hmm.
But Phoebe, do you want to tell us a bit about how you're going to integrate your equipment into this?
Yeah, of course. So we have passive acoustic recorders, which they, as I just mentioned, record and detect whale sounds and dolphin sounds, marine mammal sounds. And what we've got is we've actually integrated a hydrophone, which is essentially an underwater microphone, and that will hear the vocalizations of these species. And we're going to try and record the data from all around the UK coastline. And I don't think that's been done before, so
yeah,
that'll be great.
That is going to be great. So how big is this thing? I mean, I guess there's a recorder part and a microphone part.
Yeah, so the recorder is in a small pelly case like this, and that will be somewhere else in the boat. And then the hydrophone is a couple of centimetres, and we'll just hang out the bottom and just do its thing.
Cool. So we'll just sort of dig it into here somewhere, and it will do its thing as we're rowing around.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So obviously UK waters, a lot's going on. There's a lot of wildlife we want to know about, but also a lot of sort of noise pollution. Tell us a bit about how that will pick up and how you're able to use that information.
Absolutely. So I guess what we want to determine what sort of species we're seeing around the UK. So we can expect to see seals and dolphins and different whale species and all sorts, and snapping shrimp, which make an amazing sort of like clicking sound, and you can see that all in the data that we'll be collecting. So that's sort of the marine mammal side of things and the species, but also human-made sources that are actually noise pollution in the environment. So that can come from like shipping vessels, it can come from looking at oil and gas exploration and that side of things. And it's really important to see how the noise pollution interacts with the marine mammals, and it actually disrupts them. So it can influence their predator-prey relationships, it can influence how they navigate around the ocean, and it can have severe impacts. So it's really great to sort of get that data and see what's going on there. What you will see is almost like a graph of data, and you can see the vocalizations of the animals on there, and then you can really hear them as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's really cool.
And look, I've got to ask, what led you into this very sort of specific area in science?
Of course. Excellent question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I always grew up down in Somerset and in Devon on the border, and I always grew up in the ocean and just was obsessed with marine mammals and sharks, and then fell into this job at RS Aqua, and it's what we do there. We help to monitor these species and want to protect them because they're amazing. So
yeah, fantastic. Well, great work. Thank you for everything you're doing. I look forward to dragging your equipment around the UK, but even more so the data that comes back from it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to analysing the data, so great, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
One of the things that will come out of this is a soundscape that just maps out everything around the coastlines. And we can use that with the eDNA and also possibly the microplastics to build a picture of, and the salinity, temperature, to build a picture of everything, all the variations, and how they affect fish, how they affect kelp and anything like that, anything growing in the water, which is very important to us as an island nation. And put that all together, especially one of the things we really want to do is visualize it. So like you say, kids or the government, whoever, can understand really what's going on. I mean, that's the important thing. I think having that visualization, that understanding, you can't solve a problem until you really understand it, until it kind of affects you.
Is this your day job? Is this what you normally do?
No, my day job, I'm a physicist. I work on gravitational waves with the LIGO detector, so that we look for, well, it's more of a microphone. It's listening for black holes billions of light years away in space. They come together, they merge, they actually make a little chirp like the birds that you hear behind us right now. one of the things about that detector is it's really affected by noise. The noise of waves slamming into the continent and shaking the rock and any kind of human activity around. So that's sort of why I've been brought in. I do data analysis with a computer to get noise out of data. And so the hydrophone is very similar to what we do. And there's waves, there's people rowing. We're going to try to extract that noise so we can find what's buried beneath it.
You sort of slowly blow my mind that we're going to use sort of similar technology and techniques. No, maybe not technology, but certainly similar techniques that very big, powerful scientists and machinery use in space on our little rowing boats.
Yeah, this is a big part of what we like to do. It's one of the great things about actually the UK funding system. They like us to have impact with our research. So you can think of, for you, our research in physics is something that gives us training, teaches us these techniques, teaches us to deal with difficult data, and then we can go and use that on things that really matter down here on Earth, like pollution or the environment.
That's amazing. I mean, you're basically making me an astronaut now. Like, I can see myself in space in my little craft.
That's what it looks like to me.
And you're going to get this data and do some amazing stuff with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, look, Andrew, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
We're really looking forward to getting you some great data to work on and looking forward to the results at the end of all this.
Yep. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.